The United States is the largest economy in the world and ranks 10th in terms of standard of living, yet 1/3 of our working age population pursues side hustles. But are all these side gigs really worthwhile? Will they really help you become a millionaire? In this video, I will uncover the dark side of side hustling, why it can ruin your career, why most side hustles never turn into anything permanent, and even why some of them are scams. I will also cover 4 exceptions when I think it's okay to side hustle. If you spend any amount of time on YouTube, you probably feel the pressure to become an entrepreneur, whatever that means, start a side hustle, develop 7 streams of income, and quit your 9 to 5. This discourse usually makes one feel insufficient and ironically, at the same time, special. You can do it. You too can become a millionaire, even if you're broke. The first problem with this is that it is an illusion. Becoming rich by legitimate means is a lot of work. Unless you're selling drugs or laundering money, making millions is not possible as a side project in a short amount of time. I think the odds of becoming rich through a side hustle is equal to winning the lottery, which to be exact is 1 in 292 million for the Powerball jackpot. Unfortunately, in the lottery, people who can least afford to lose, the poor, buy the greatest number of scratch tickets. Similarly, the people who can least afford to waste time or money fall the hardest for these online get-rich-quick schemes. No matter what you hear on YouTube and social media, you can't snap your fingers and activate easy income streams. So what constitutes a side hustle? According to the YouTube channel How Money Works, something qualifies as a side hustle if it makes money, otherwise it's just a hobby, and if it's doable outside your day job, and if it's something you have the expertise and the resources to accomplish. So if you have a side hustle that fulfills these criteria, say selling Jordans on the side, then why don't you make it your full-time job? Probably because you know your day job is better. Different side hustles have a different impact on you and your career. Let's cover the main types. The first is exchanging your time for money. These are usually unskilled jobs like dog walking, house sitting, babysitting, or working at a coffee shop. And then you have the gig economy that runs on apps and marketplaces like Uber, TaskRabbit, or DoorDash. The second type of side hustle is anything that nowadays is thought of as passive income, such as investing in stocks, managing a rental property, or drop shipping. The final type is side projects that relate to your professional skill. An example of this is an accountant working in a tax agency who takes on clients on the side during his or her free time. The problem with the first type is that you're hedging your time and not your skills against money. So you're only making money for the amount of time you put in. Since you can't clone yourself, your time limits your growth. And because you only have so much time outside of your day job, you have to sacrifice time spent with family, taking care of your health, or any other essential responsibilities. The other problem with picking up side hustles that anyone can do is that they won't help you develop any important professional skills. These are called jobs with low barriers of entry, the fancy way of saying anyone can do it. Jobs that anyone can perform don't put you in an advantageous position and in the long run will waste your time. We live in a knowledge economy where people with specialized, sought-after skills are the ones who get rewarded the most. Cal Newport talks about this in his book, So Good They Can't Ignore You. Being sought after means turning yourself into an asset where you're sought out and paid a premium for your work. If your side hustle is delivering pizza or watching your neighbor's kids, you're not building sought-after skills. The problems with the second kind of side hustle, passive income, are multifold. For one, passive income opportunities are rarely true. They're usually scams and revolve in circular logic, what I call the modern Ponzi scheme. It goes like this. Mark is successful because he has taught others how to be successful and will show you how to be successful. So Mark will show you how to make money passively on the side because he has made money showing others how to make money on the side. Beware of circular qualifications. You can rarely get valuable knowledge, experience, or skills through such people. The second issue with passive income is that it's not so passive. The only real passive income comes from investments such as in the stock market, private companies, or real estate. Lots of other opportunities for passive income are empty. Just do X and you'll make $10,000. Or just post consistently and you'll get a gazillion followers, then they'll come running to pay you. And the list goes on. Where there are other legitimate opportunities for passive income, they usually come after years of hard work and developing your expertise. You can potentially make $1 million selling a course about social media marketing, but you can't do this unless you have put in the reps to build real skills that you can package and sell. And you've spent a significant amount of time and resources creating and marketing the course. As Robert Kiyosaki, the famous Rich Dad, Poor Dad author, illustrates in Cash Flow Quadrant, in the early stages of one's career or the early stages of any business, you have to work actively to make money. It's only after a business is well established that you, as a founder, can begin to make money from the business more passively and eventually while you sleep. Until then, you have to put in 60 or even 80 hours a week. There aren't any shortcuts to passive income. It always requires some upfront investment of money or time. On to the last type of side hustle. Side hustling within your area of expertise. If your day job is accounting for a mid-sized company, is it okay to do accounting for family, friends, and small local businesses on the side? Even though this sounds tempting and harmless on the surface, I'm not a fan of it in the long term. Splitting your focus between your day job and your own business prevents you from really excelling at either. Now that we understand the 3 different types of side hustles, I'll cover exceptions where I think side hustling is okay. I understand if people need to work a second or third job for some sort of special situation, like paying off debt or medical bills, or at times to make ends meet. But don't lean on side hustling as a long-term plan. As your situation improves, stop side hustling and focus on your career. I also don't mind side hustling as a hobby that doesn't impinge on your day job. For me, my nonprofit work acted like a hobby for many years. I recommend you do some nonprofit work or pick another hobby to get your mind off of work sometimes. A common type of side hustling occurs with people who are curious or want to learn about something new to them. For example, when crypto became popular, many got into blockchain and mining. Many then either changed jobs or whole careers or started their own business. I know a few people like this myself. The last situation I'm forgiving of side hustling is if it's a way to test an idea that you can eventually turn into a full-time business. In fact, I think one of the smartest ways to mitigate the risk of starting a business is to test it out before you quit your day job. You can do that by building your business idea and selling your services on the side while you maintain your job. It should go without saying that the side hustle shouldn't affect your performance at work, as that will continue to be your duty until the day you leave. That said, if you can leverage your day job skills for the side hustle that you're testing out, you'll be on an easier path than side hustling in a completely new area. Throwing away years of experience is not wise. Capitalize on the technical skills, soft skills, people skills, and vertical specific knowledge that you've amassed over the years and turn it into a revenue stream by selling the skill as a service. Now, in the case where you don't like your job or the industry you're in, or you identify an opportunity that gets you really excited and you want to learn and explore, it could make sense to test out a side hustle in a new area. Just understand that the learning curve is going to be steeper. Even if you already do have the technical skills for a side hustle or a new full-time business, I always remind founders that there are many other skills that they'll have to learn, including marketing, sales, project management, delivery, and a whole host of other things required to run a successful business. When you start a new business, be prepared to work hard and learn a lot of new things. There you have it. My recommendations are take on a side hustle only in a few cases. The best case being when you're testing out an idea for your own business and you're ready to put in the effort. And be extremely wary of any arrangement that promises quick and easy passive income. And just to make sure you know that I'm not one of those hucksters who has made his career dishing out advice on YouTube, I've built 7 businesses, the last of which was an 8-figure digital analytics firm that I sold to global media giant Dentsu in 2019. I provide pragmatic, honest, practical advice as a business person, helping you to make decisions and reach success. So, if you're serious and ready to start a side hustle and turn it into a profitable business, watch this video on building a financial runway to launch.